Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Kectil YouTube channel. And today we have an amazing leader, Favour, with us. She will share a lot of interesting information about her journey, her experience, her insights. And today we will learn more about leadership and social impact from her. So, Favour, thank you very much for being today with us, for interesting to share your story. And could you please tell us a bit about your background, about your growing up in Nigeria?
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it and I don't take it for granted. Yes, about my background. I am from Nigeria and I grew up in Eastern Nigeria. Not just Eastern Nigeria, I stay in a rural community in Eastern Nigeria. It's in the West, it's actually a rural community. It's not that popular. So growing up, I'm the second of six children. And I'm through with my university. And by God's grace, God helped my parents to be able to train us in school. So currently, that is it about my background. I'm through with my school. I went to the University of Nigeria and Nsukka. Not just that, I studied pure and industrial chemistry. But beyond that, I have this passion for technology. So while studying chemistry, while learning chemistry, I was also pursuing technology. I was learning, trying out things on my own, taking classes, just so that I can learn more about technology at the same time. And that has brought me thus far. So I'm currently now serving my country, Nigeria. In Nigeria, we have a one-year program, which we do after university. You have to serve Nigeria for 1 year. So that's what I'm currently doing. Yeah.
Thanks a lot for sharing that. And what
Thank you.
inspired you to take on leadership roles at such a young age that you are?
Okay, what inspired me? Growing up, I noticed that I had this passion to see great things in people. Number one, I had the passion to be great, and then I also had the passion to see great things in people, for people to be more than they are. So I remember when I was secondary school, they call it high school in other countries. And then as young as I was in like JS1, JS, so yeah, they made me the class prefect of the class. And I performed my duties so well that my form teacher actually loved me. So she will call me, she will be encouraging me, she everything. And then I didn't know much about leadership, but I was willing to give my best to this to my classmates, give my best to the school, everything I did. I just found myself, I want to do the best. And as I'm doing it, I want others to feel good. I want people to be like, okay, somebody's in charge of this and they trust me with it. They have no issues with trust. That is one of the things that inspired me. And when I saw that that one worked out fine, I was motivated. I said, okay, I can do more. I can lead. I can do this. And as I'm doing it, I'm not just leading for myself. I'm leading in a way that other people are happy. Other people are, they can trust me with responsibilities.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And how did your journey with NICC begin? And could you please tell us more about what is that and what they are doing?
Okay, NYSC, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, NYSC means National Youth Service Corps. It's like I said earlier, it's a 1 year program for every Nigerian youth that goes to university or college of education to go. It's like serving Nigeria for 1 year. In that program, Nigeria deploys you to any state of the federation by themselves to go to that state and perform certain duties for the country for that 1 year. So I was moved from Eastern Nigeria to West Nigeria, which is where I am currently to serve. Now, before coming to the West, I was waiting for Nigeria to deploy me. When you're deployed, you get a call-up number, just like you're deployed to the army, something like that. So I waited for some time. Then I got my call-up number and I came to the West Ocean State to be precise. So this is how it is. We all get to a place called orientation camp. We stayed there for like 3 weeks. Different youths from all over Nigeria come to that camp. We stay for 3 weeks. And in that 3 weeks, we are drilled in the morning with exercises, not just little exercises, tough ones. We wake up very early in the morning around 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and we get dressed. By 4, we start the day. Now, during the orientation process, there are over 2,000 core members. We are called core members or
Mm,
corpers. Core, CORPS, their members. So there are over 2,000 core members, and everyone will be there during that period. Now, this is what happened. I came in, I didn't know anybody. Uh, so one of the days when we newly came in, we had a class, a lecture. Everyone was in the hall. We had a lecture, and then the lecture was on gender equality, and I was present. So I remember asking a question, like to the teacher, the person that taught us. I remember asking her a question about how to resolve issues of young girls in a rural society that don't have anybody to talk to, because I had an issue in my community. I told you that I come from a rural community. So in my rural community, I personally used to reach out to young girls, teach them like talk to them, encourage them, try to motivate them to be greater than their community. So there was a situation that happened in my rural community. A young girl got pregnant around 16 or 18 years. So she got pregnant, and that was really not good at that point. So I remember asking that question, how do we resolve this issue? And then the lecturer gave me a response and was like, we can reach out to NGOs that handle girls matters. I said, okay. Then after that gender equality session, we had a session where everybody, because every core member, they are to fight. We are placed in groups called platoons. We are placed in groups called platoons. There are like 250 or more people in each platoon. So I happen to be in platoon number 7. So we were all sent to our various platoons that they're going to choose leaders. So at that time, I didn't know anybody. So when they were now selecting leaders, they say, who wants to be the leader of the platoon? Come out. Uh-uh. I said, okay. There were more guys coming out, more men were coming out. There were like 6 or 7 men. I said, there's no woman here. The one girl came out, and I told the leader of the platoon, the man, I said, sir, this is not equality. Where are the ladies? He now told me, okay, you would have come out. I said, okay, can I come out now? He said, yes, I should come out. So I came out, and everybody was pitching, saying why they should be the leader. It got to my turn. I was the last person. I said, a, uh, I am a Kectil colleague member. I was so happy saying that. I said, oh, I am a Kectil colleague member. And Kectil trains up leaders all over the world to train up young youths all over the world to be leaders. And I am a Kectil colleague member. And not just that, I've won several awards in Kectil. And given this opportunity, I believe I can do very great. And so I said some of my leadership experiences. They were like, okay, okay, okay. Everybody was. At the end of it, though, I was selected to be the leader, and a guy was to assist me. I was like, wow, okay, this is good. Now, out of all the platoons, because we have 10 platoons, out of every platoon, they called out all the leaders. They needed a general leader for all the core members, over 2,000 core members. They needed a general leader for every one of them. So they called out all 10 of us for an interview. So during the interview, I was I think I was last to be interviewed again. So I told them Kectil again because I'm so proud of Kectil. And then I also told them some of the things I do in my community, my rural community, how I speak to young people, how I motivate the young boys and young girls, and how I help them even in their academics and their personal lives. So I told them all this, and they're like, okay. So out of the 10, they selected me to be number one over all 2,000 members. You know, these days I was just surprised. Like, I'm coming from a community that you don't even know. And I was just like, God, thank you. So that has been my journey in NYSC. Yes.
Great. I'm so proud of you. You did really big difference, and yeah, you're so brave that you're doing a lot of things together inside this organization as well. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for,
Mhm.
you know, for the thing that you're doing and also for representing the Kectil as well. So we really appreciate those things, and thanks a lot. And if we talk about youth empowerment and social impact, so I just want to hear your thoughts about why is youth leadership is so important in Nigeria right now. So how such programs like Kectil, like others that you attend, and can make a difference together with youth.
Okay. Why it is so important is, as a young youth, I've come to understand that I prefer when other youths like myself who are doing exceptionally well in the society come to talk to me about being great, about standing up, about making impact. Because they understand my story, they understand my journey as a youth, they know the situations around. How important it is that a lot of youths in Nigeria, a lot of them do not understand the greatness in them. A lot of them are not seeing it. A lot of them, they just want to move with the flow of what is happening on social media. They just want to move with the flow of their peers. Nobody's talking to them. The only people they have to talk to them are their parents or elders in the churches or in the mosques. But when we as youths or organizations like Kectil who are focused on youth empowerment, when we go out there and we are telling these youths, we are for you. We are here for you. We want you to be great. This is who you are. You're greater than this. You're greater than peer influence. You're greater than social media trends. You can be greater. Join us in this. And we introduce things like skill acquisitions, or we even tend to their needs. Some of them, they don't have anyone to send them to school. Some of them have no school items. We give out those items also. In this way, we are empowering these youths. They see themselves beyond just street boys or street girls. They see themselves beyond just social media influencers. They see themselves beyond ordinary people because I know a lot of them come from rural backgrounds like myself. They see more in themselves. And in that way, they get up. They take their studies more seriously. They decide that, oh, I will bring change in my community. I'll bring change in my society. And because of the motivation and the empowerment that we do, these people become better than who they've been all this while. So it's extremely important in this country, Nigeria.
Great, thanks a lot for sharing that. And what are some of the biggest challenges young Nigerian face today? So maybe you can just say, I think maybe three, five top challenges and how like young leaders like you can help with overcome them.
Yes. One of the challenges I'll start. One, unemployment. Mhm. Unemployment is very big in Nigeria. You can come out from school with a first class, and for 3, 4 years, you have no job, which is that bad. Some people would, this discourages some people to, some of them, they don't want to go to school again because they're like, "Ah, even if I go to school, there is no job." Another, the second one is, unemployment is the main one that fuels others. The second one is teenage pregnancy. A lot of girls, because there is no job, there is no work, they go into prostitution or they decide to sleep with older people that have money or guys that are into fraudulent activities so that they can get money. And in that way, they get pregnant and there is just nobody to help them. That is another thing, teenage pregnancy. So another issue that we face in Nigeria is this one is lack of, we don't have constant power supply. I think you can even see there's no like that. But we don't have a constant power supply as it is in other countries. So even if you want to do something, let me say on the internet, learn a skill online, or you want to take a course online,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that guaranteed because of the power supply and the issues around. So let me just, these are three. I would say two more. Let me just start from the first one. The situation of unemployment in Nigeria is high, especially amongst youths. How can youth empowerment, how can we fix this kind of things? How can I myself fix this kind of things? One of the things I do, and I believe every one of us can join hands together to do, is to go to the streets, reach out to these young boys and girls, talk to them, and as you're talking to them, teach them skills that they can do.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, they don't even know what to learn. They don't even have money to pay to learn it. Then we teach them those skills. We can teach them how to cut hair. We can teach them how to cook a food. We can teach them how to, we can even teach them digital skills, like how to make graphic designs. We can teach them web designs. All these things we can do for free. I know it's going to cost a lot, but it's actually going to impact in their lives. When we
Yeah.
teach them these skills, we empower them to be to be to be self-dependent. We empower them with those kind of skills that can help them to earn a living. Because when there's no employment, people tend to steal, people tend to go into fraudulent activities. So why go into fraudulent activities when you have a skill, when you know how to design a website, when you know how to cut a hair, when you know how to sew a clothes? We can go out there, empower them with these skills. Skill acquisition is one of the ways to bring down unemployment in the country. Secondly, it's the second thing I mentioned, teenage pregnancy. A lot of these young girls have no one talking to them. They don't even need somebody to talk to them, especially their elderly ones. But as a young youth like myself, I'm a young girl. I can go out there and talk to them girl to girl. They're seeing another young girl talking to them and trying to encourage them that you don't need to sleep with a man to get money. If you do that, you can end up being pregnant. And this is the consequence that will follow it. Why don't we teach you young girls a skill? Let us teach you guys a skill that you can do even as a young girl. Don't limit yourself. Don't say, well, I'm a girl. I don't need to learn. I need somebody to take care of me. No. As a young girl, you can do something. So we teach these young girls skills. We help them to begin to earn for themselves. And in that way, they won't look up to, they're not dependent on any man or elderly ones for money and all that. And we also give them connections where they can call in case of rape, in case somebody is trying to force them, in case somebody is trying to manipulate them or threaten them. We give them that kind of link to call and connections. So yes, that is it for now.
Thanks a lot for sharing. You brought on the table of today's discussion really, really important points of the challenges. And I know that many African countries also saying the same things. Yeah, and many youth around the world in developing countries have the same issues. So I believe thankful for Kectil program and other programs that helps young leaders collaborate together and work together can make really big difference in their communities because you already set a lot of practical like steps that could be done for those challenges. So thank you very, very much for that. And as far as I know, you work with gatekeepers. So how does your work with gatekeepers inspire and empower youth? And could you please tell us more about this initiation or how it works? Have you learned about them?
Okay. Gatekeepers is a unique and wonderful organization here in the West, which I and my friends started. So we are all youths. We are all single, we're not married. So we come together daily, we spend time, we pray. We also spend time to go to secondary schools. So we go to different secondary schools talking to young youths. Last week, Tuesday, we went to one school and it's a the school we went to is a public school and is a technical college. And one thing with public schools in Nigeria and technical college, one of the things that a lot of them are older in age, and a lot of them are yeah, a lot of them are older in age. And so this school we went to, a lot of them can't speak English. They speak the native language, which is Yoruba in the West. So we went there to talk to them. I and other members of Gatekeepers, we went there to talk to them, to teach them. One of the things we did was to empower them in digital skills. So we invited somebody to talk to them on digital literacy, how they can make use of their phones for good to make money than fraudulent activities, which is one of the other problem in Nigeria. So we spoke to these young ones on digital skills. Another thing we spoke to them on is social media responsiveness, how to be responsible on social media, how to use social media for good rather than cyberbullying or using social media to just play around or to just show your body and nothing, nothing, you're not using it for anything useful. So we went there, that was one of the things we spoke to them about. Another thing we mentioned was personal development, like one-on-one. We spoke to these children. I remember telling them, repeat after me, I am great. And they said it, I am great. I said, say, I will be great. They said, I will be great. I said, I can't be great. They said, I can't be great. I said, yes, you can. It's not a matter of where you're from. It's not a matter of your school. Even though you feel like I can't speak English now, take time, learn. You will, because one day a lot of you here will sit before great people and you will need to communicate. So we spoke to them, we took a lot of time talking to them. They were many, they were over 200. They were many, both boys and girls. Then at the end of it all, we shared to them items, we shared books, we shared pens so that they can use in their education and their schools. So 2 weeks ago, we went to another school also, and in that other school, we spoke to them on personal hygiene. We had a girls section and boys section. So we spoke to the girls section on personal hygiene, sex education, and personal development. And a lot of these girls were asking questions. I still have some of the questions. I remember one asking me, what if you're pregnant at 11 years old? How will you do it? I said, no, 11 years old. But then we were able to deal with that, answer those questions, and then we also shared items to them which they can use for themselves. So this is one of the things gatekeepers, this is one of the things we do in the West, in West Nigeria. Go to different, we still have more outreaches coming up and more impact that we're making here.
That's really great. You're doing great job, guys. That's really nice. And I also know that you're a programmer as well. Yeah, how did your journey in tech begin? So how how do you balance all of your social work that you're doing and your journey in tech?
Okay. My journey in tech started in 2020. I still remember 2020 was COVID lockdown. So I was at home back from school because of the COVID. And like I said, I've always had this interest in technology. So found myself, I started learning tech on my own, how to program. There's this application called Grasshopper, which I was using to learn. So I was just learning on my own. Later on, I shared my interest with my mother. I told her, I want to learn programming. But then there was no money then to learn. But I didn't give up. I was still on my own. I was learning by myself. So I prayed. I know I really prayed about it. I said, God, please provide money. Let me learn. I want to go into a school to learn. And as God will have it, He did. I went to Aptech Computer Institute and learned web development, full stack web development with PHP. And it didn't stop. I found myself developing websites. Next on, I learned higher languages. I learned React. I learned Next.js. This ones, I didn't go to school for that one because, well, I was learning on my own. So I didn't say, well, I don't have the money. I can't move on. Hence, there's no money. No, I didn't do that. On my own, I was learning. So I went online and I was taking several courses, and that has actually helped me to come this far. Currently, I'm taking a course in blockchain development. So I didn't just say because I have passion for this, I'm progressing and I'm moving forward. So that is how my journey at tech has been. I've developed several websites and here I am in blockchain development learning.
Great, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that. And why did you decide to expand into blockchain and app development? Because I know that you're also working on that as well.
Yes, why did I decide? Because I believe that there are things I can invent and innovate in technology. I believe that technology is one of the greatest tools currently now. And why blockchain? Mm, the thing is that there are lots of things in blockchain that people don't actually know. We have crypto, we have Ethereum, we have Bitcoin, and these these softwares are actually making impacts in the lives of people. Currently, we have USDT, which is a stable coin, and I believe the United States have their own that just brought out now. I decided to go beyond the normal technology I decided to go deeper. Let me learn blockchain to be able to build something strong also that can make an impact in not just my country, Nigeria, but in Africa and beyond. So that is why I looked into blockchain. I studied Ethereum, I studied Bitcoin, I saw the kind of wave and the kind of impact, the strong security. Once in blockchain, the security in blockchain is very strong and the transparency is top notch. Like it's top notch. Everybody can see what is happening on the blockchain. That is how good the transparency is. And I like that kind of system. It's something that I like. It's something that I believe can do a lot. So I went to blockchain. Therefore, app development, there are lots of things in my head I want to invent. There are lots of things I want to bring into life that will help Nigeria, help Africa, help the world. So I felt, let me go and learn app development so I can develop these apps to make an impact in the world. That is why I'm also learning app development.
Great, thanks a lot for sharing that. Yeah, you again brought really important things for this discussion. It is like Bitcoin and all of the things that's going around those topics. I guess everybody, love to discuss more about that and get more knowledge
Yeah,
in that field. And I
yeah.
believe maybe in the future we'll record more interviews about this topic as well,
Okay.
and you will help us. But by the way, as far as I know, you're also doing some entrepreneurship, yeah, and you founded Life Flow. And
Yeah.
could you please tell us more about that? What inspired you to found it, and what problem are you trying to solve with Life Flow? What they are doing, what you are doing? That's really really interesting to hear.
Okay, life. Okay, like I said earlier, I have some ideas in my head that I can just say, let me say, I just pray or I'm just doing something. I'll see a problem and I'm like, this is a problem. Let's solve it. Life flow started one day I had a discussion with somebody. The person needed clarity in technology. So the person reached out to me, a stranger, and on LinkedIn and was like, can I help him? He needs clarity in technology and what technology to learn, what stack, programming languages, he needs clarity. And I'm like, okay, let's get on a call. So I have this call, this session with this person, and then I tell the person that one of the things you should understand about technology is not just learning different programming languages. Find a problem in the country or around you. Learn a language that can solve that problem and solve it than learning everything. So in the course of that discussion, I pitched an idea to the person, and the person was like, okay, let's work on it. So that is when LifeFlow came in. Now, LifeFlow is a mobile application that speedily and seamlessly connects every patient to people that are willing to donate blood. So you can be in the hospital and there's an emergency. With the application, you just click and then you're connected to a blood donor without any issue and it's happening seamlessly. So that is a project we're currently working on. The MVP will be ready in just a few weeks. We already have the link, we are testing it out. So that is what Lively is mainly about for the start. With time in the future, it's going to expand to something greater, which I cannot say now. But the main thing it does now, it speedily and seamlessly connects hospitals, patients, blood banks to everyone that is willing to donate blood. And every donor gets a reward for their donation.
Oh, that's really great. That's really, really nice. And I wish you all the best with the launching your MVP and also going ahead for getting more and more better results and just working on
Thank
that
you.
because that's really awesome that you're doing. So thank you
Thank
very much for the job that you're doing, for the responsibility that you're taking on yourself, and for all of these
you.
activities that you're doing. I'm just so impressed how you managing all of the things, how you balance between different projects, different responsibilities.
Thank you. Um, how I balance everything. Let me say I set priorities. I set priorities. Like before I came on this meeting, I just had a meeting with the team on Life Flow. So I try to organize my day and organize myself and prepare ahead of time before it. So I set priorities. If I know I have to do this, I try my best to get it done and move on to the next thing. So that is it.
Great, thanks a lot. And let's discuss a bit about the Kectil program as well, as you had the Kectil
Okay.
colleague this year. And how did you first heard about the Kectil program? And what was your experience being in the Kectil program?
Hey, I first heard about the Kectil program from a pharmacist Victor. I think he was one of those that went to Atlanta then. Yes. So I joined this platform, which was my fellowship in school. their senior friends platform, graduates platform. And he sent me a private DM and we got talking. And later he sent me the Kectil link. Ah, well, I was at home and I applied. To my surprise, I was selected. That was like a highlight for me. Everybody in my house knows about Kectil. I was just telling them, Kectil. So during the program, I don't I learned a lot. My eyes opened. I keep telling a lot of people about Kectil because from Kectil I got a lot of experience. From authentic leadership, we don't hear that kind of lecture in the university. We are not taught that kind of lectures in the university. You're not taught that kind of lectures in some places we are not. So having the privilege to learn something like that it's one of the best things that have happened to me in life. I learned an authentic leadership. I saw life differently. I wrote my own funeral speech. I was scared when I was writing that day, but I saw the need to write it. It made me to look at life differently and like, if you're not here tomorrow, what would you say you've done? Live your life as if tomorrow is going to be the end. Do something. It's motivated me from authentic leadership to good governance. I did lots of research. Kectil was great. I remember learning on personal finance. I didn't know about personal finance. I said, what? $1 a day. The money at hand is better than the one that you don't have yet. And I'm like, girl, you need to start saving, no matter how small. I learned about gender inequality. I learned about even men. I also got to understand from Kectil that even men have their own issues, not just women. I learned a whole lot. Then I learned about how to make budgets for projects. And I'm like, okay, you need to actually make budgets and you do it like this. There are lots of things I didn't know that I learned in Kectil. Reading people's assignments, responding to them, they responding to mine was so great. I'm making friends. I made lots of friends on Kectil. It was amazing. One of my best girls, it's from Kectil, that is Ruth Ngube from Cameroon. We met on the platform. And of recent, she coordinated a Kectil alumni program, moderated, and I was a co-moderator. This was from Kectil. So Kectil taught me a whole lot. Do you know those assignments, those days? Sometimes I remember then I didn't have a good phone, but I was consistent. I didn't let that discourage me because I was getting a lot of value. Even when there was no power supply, I said, no, I must finish my assignment. I was learning a whole lot that I didn't learn in the university at all. So Kectil actually influenced my life. Yeah. And I
That's
remember telling
really
a lot of
nice.
people, yeah, they did.
That's really, really nice. And you're also regional coordinator for this year, if I'm not mistaken, right? And
Yeah.
what motivated you to become a regional coordinator for Nigeria?
Oh, I would say the experiences on Kectil. There's a way you feel so motivated and you've received enough, you receive good value. You don't just keep quiet. You want other people to experience it. That is what happened to me. The kind of value I received from Kectil, both the awards. I told people, I remember telling a lot of people, join Kectil. A lot of youths in my community, I reached out to them. Join this program, join this program, join this program. And some that actually applied got into the program. 2025, what motivated me was last year, the regional coordinators, some of them actually made an impact in my life because they motivated us to submit assignments, motivated us to do well on Kectil, retro works. I feel like I also want other people, other colleagues coming in. I want them to take this program as serious as I did. I want them to get the best from this program. So yes, I will be a regional coordinator. I want to be a regional coordinator. I want to help people not just move to Kectil, but to get the best from it. So yes, there's an regional coordinator for Nigeria.
That's really, really great. And I'm so happy that it makes you, even more, more great leader each day than you've been before, for example, because we always compare ourselves with who we been before, right? Not with other people. That really makes a difference to see how we grow as well. So that's really, really nice. And we're almost finalizing our interview for today, but I still have some questions, just little ones. So first thing, what advice would you give to young people who want to join the Kectil and those who would like to do some difference in their communities?
Mm. The first advice I would say is to start, join. Don't think too much about it. If you want to join the Kectil and you're being skeptical, just join. By the time you go to the first assignment, you would love it. So just join. And for those that want to make an impact in their community, don't wait for resources to come. Start. You may not have it all, you may not have the finance, but the little you have, use it. One of the things we learned in Kectil was frugal, frugal investment, frugal innovation. Yes. During the assignment for entrepreneurship and innovation, one of the videos that we watched was someone talking about frugal innovation. You don't need to have everything complete around you. Make use of the little thing in your environment and work with it. So yes, that's my advice.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And how do you see the Kectil program, another program that you're also participating, shaping the future of youth leadership in Africa?
Hmm. On a scale of 1 to 100, I would say it is 100 for me because look at me. I'm a testimony that Kectil has made an impact in my life and I'm in Africa. And I know that there are other people also that can come up to testify that other youths, Kectil has made an impact in their life. So I see that it is really shaping the lives of people positively and motivating them to go out there to do more. I'm doing more now by God's grace. Somebody motivated me. So it is making a positive impact in the life of people, and I don't want it to stop. So yes, it's a positive impact.
Great, thanks a lot. Thank you, Favor, for
Thank you.
your story, for everything that you shared today. It's really, really inspiring and a perfect blend of leadership, innovation, and impact you're showing. And thank you for sharing your journey, your insights, your lesson, everything with us. I believe that everyone who watched us today, they took a lot from this conversation. And thanks everyone who watching us. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Kectil YouTube channel. And leaders like Favor are shaping the future, and that future is happening right now. So everyone can be like Favor, and everyone can shape the future for better tomorrow. So thanks a lot for being today with us, for your time, for sharing everything that you shared. So thanks a lot.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much.